You're stranded on a dark highway. Your tire is flat. You pop the trunk expecting to find your spare, but instead you find nothing. Just a can of foam and a question. Why did car companies steal your backup wheel? Here's the thing. This isn't happening to just you. It's happening to millions of drivers right now. 1 out of every 3 new cars leaves the factory without a spare tire. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. Car companies deliberately removed it. And the reasons they did? They're more twisted than you think. Some are about saving the planet. Some are about saving money. But one reason will shock you. Let's rewind. 20 years ago, every single car had a spare tire. It was non-negotiable. You had a tire, a jack, and a lug wrench. Period. But something changed. Slowly, quietly, manufacturers started making a choice. They looked at their trunks and asked a simple question. Do we really need this? Today, the answer is no. But not because the tires got better. Not because highways became safer. The answer is no because of something invisible sitting in your government's rulebook. Rules that say cars need to use less gas and produce less pollution. Rules that count every single pound your car weighs. Here's what most people don't realize. A spare tire, jack, and wrench weigh between 30 and 50 pounds. That sounds light, right? Wrong. To a car engineer, those 50 pounds are a nightmare. Why? Because regulations force them to squeeze out every single mile per gallon possible. Think about it. Your government says, make cars lighter, make them more efficient. Miss the target? We will fine you millions. So manufacturers do the math. Remove 50 pounds, and suddenly your car uses less gas. Less gas means lower emissions. Lower emissions mean the company avoids massive government fines. But here's where it gets interesting. Weight is only half the story. The other half is space. And space is running out. Modern cars are packed with things that didn't exist 20 years ago. You demand massive sound systems, complex suspension, advanced exhaust filters. But there's one thing eating up more space than anything else: the battery. Electric cars are coming. Hybrid cars are here. And those batteries? They're huge. Engineers need somewhere safe to put them. And you know what they discovered? The safest spot is exactly where the spare tire used to live, low down in the rear of the car. So they had to choose. Imagine your trunk is a game of Tetris. You've got a massive battery. You've got passengers who want legroom. You've got groceries to carry. But you've only got so much space. Something has to go. The battery? No. You need that to drive. The passenger space? No. People won't buy a car without seats. The trunk space? No. You need room for shopping. So what's left? The spare tire. It's the only thing that isn't strictly necessary to actually move the car. The tire well becomes the battery well. The backup disappears. But now you've created a new problem. So what happens when you get a flat? Car companies came up with replacements. And they're not all equal. First, there's the luxury option, run-flat tires. Brands like BMW use these. They have reinforced sidewalls that stay stiff even when air escapes. Sounds perfect, right? You can drive 50 miles at reduced speed to reach a shop. But here's the catch. They're expensive to replace. They make your car ride stiffer. And if you hit a pothole hard enough, they fail anyway. Then there's the cheap option, tire repair kits. Most standard cars come with a can of pressurized sealant foam. The idea is simple. You pump this gunk into your tire. It seals the puncture. You drive away. Problem solved. Except it's not that simple. These kits only work on small punctures in the tire tread. We're talking tiny holes from nails or small debris. But what if you hit a pothole? What if you blow out the sidewall? What if you have a blowout at highway speed? That foam is useless. It won't help. You're calling a tow truck anyway, and you're paying for it. Let's be honest about something. There's another reason spare tires disappeared. A reason that has nothing to do with the environment or engineering. A reason called profit. A spare wheel assembly costs a manufacturer money. Parts, assembly, shipping, it all adds up. But remove it? A company saves roughly $100 to $200 per car. Now multiply that by millions. A manufacturer that sells 2 million cars per year? They're saving hundreds of millions in pure profit. It's a rare win-win. They meet emission goals. They save money. The only person who loses is you, stranded on the roadside. But wait, there's more. Here's what nobody talks about. When you buy that tire repair kit, you're getting something that might not work. When you get stranded, you're calling roadside assistance. When they arrive, they're charging you. When you need a new tire, you're buying one at full price, often at a highway rest stop where prices are triple normal. Meanwhile, car companies saved money. They met regulations. They avoided fines. They kept their profit margins. You bought a $40,000 car, missing the one thing that could save you from a $200 tow truck bill. The math doesn't work for you, but it works perfectly for them. So here's what you need to know. The spare tire is becoming history. Like the ashtray, like the manual window crank. It's disappearing, and car companies aren't going to bring it back. Why would they? They've solved their problem. If you're buying a new car, check the trunk before you leave the lot. If it's empty, buy a spare separately. Or make sure your roadside assistance is paid up. Because the next time you hit a pothole on a dark highway, that foam can isn't going to save you. But here's the real question. What other features are car companies quietly removing from your next vehicle? What else are they hiding in that rulebook? And are you actually okay with it?